How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, well, gentlemen only, please. This Tinder time video is for you guys out there who struggle getting matches, getting conversations going, and just closing in and getting that first date off of Tinder.
Well, there's one of them that's shave your head. I don't really want that. No! No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I literally said I don't want to do this. I can't do it. I'm not doing that, dude.
Confidence. I feel like if you're going to go for a girl, you have to at least have some kind of plan in the back of your mind. You can't walk up and just be like, hey.
Yo, what it do, baby?
Let it loose.
Yeah, just do it.
Welcome back. Finally, the long-awaited episode 5. It's been a couple weeks now since we uploaded our last episodes, the roommate stories one. You want to talk about kind of why we delayed this episode a little bit? About what might have happened?
I mean, if I have to, but...
I think you should. People are going to wonder about that meme.
That meme. Okay, well, that meme, Dylan chose to get wasted and get stranded and go on a little adventure and didn't make it home all day, all night. It was a rough walk through some bad neighborhoods, to say the least. Can we just leave it at that?
Yeah.
Lost my phone. I got my phone back. That was good. Even got my buddy's phone back. His got lost too.
Yeah, he was instigating some stuff, but yes, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But long story short, yeah, you do silly things, and
alcohol got the best of me this weekend.
Yeah, it did. But anyways, last week, or not last week, the week before that, if you tuned in, we were doing some roommate stories. Yeah. We also, at the end of it, had some challenges.
Yep.
So you might have seen in our preview that there was a ladies takeover, and you'll get to hear from those ladies here in a little bit. But before we do that, we have to kind of update you on how those challenges were. So refresh our memory. What challenge did you have?
I had to do the no snooze. No snooze in my alarm.
The no snooze in your alarm.
Yep.
How did that go?
Day 1, I didn't fail because I didn't set an alarm.
That's cheating,
so
but okay.
It doesn't count. Day 2, woke up, ready to go, good to go. Day 3, woke up, shut my alarm off. 2.5 hours later, I was up and out of bed, so I failed.
I remember this day because I heard his alarm. I woke up, and then I went back to bed. Woke up a couple hours later because I had to go to work. And then all of a sudden I hear some shuffling because he's in the room right next to me. And then I hear, and I was like, yep, he failed his challenge. My challenge was, I feel like it was pretty much the same thing because it was go to work 30 minutes early, and I pretty much just roll out of bed and go into work.
Yeah.
So that means I have to wake up 30 minutes early, and I'm not about that. So day 1, I was like a close call, almost failed. Day 2, I said, screw that. I'm going back to bed. So I just went back to bed, and I was like, whatever. So, so
now we got to do some punishments.
Yes. So now we're going to use the same wheel, and instead of challenges, it's going to have some punishments.
Yeah.
So check this out.
So we both failed our challenges for last week, and this week we have to spin the wheel. Couple punishments each. Well,
Couple.
I'm just kidding. One each.
I was gonna say
2 punishments.
2 punishments. That's right.
2 punishments. Josh, why don't you just give our fans an idea of what you don't want to do on that wheel?
Well, there's one of them that's shave your head. I don't really want that. There's a couple easy ones. Not easy, but ice bucket challenge is done and over with quick. What was the other one? Smash an egg over your head. I feel like I could do that. I don't know. They suck. They all suck. I don't want to do any of them.
How about set porn as your ringtone?
Oh, and then go into a public space? Oh, I don't want to do that. I feel like that would suck. Yeah, but I say we just do it.
We do it.
Just do it.
Okay. Here we go. Oh no. What's that?
Rude awakening.
No!
Somebody-
Does that mean you get to wake me up any way you want to? Oh. I mean, I guess it's quick, right?
Yep, it is.
You just wake me up to it. That ain't so bad. I can handle that. Rude awakening. So Josh gets to wake me up any way he wants. Oh God. Oh no.
I'm nervous about this. Rude awakening, I feel like was an easy one. This is gonna. I'm gonna shoot him with like a BB gun or something. This sucks. No! No! I can't do that. I can't do that. I literally said I don't want to do this. I can't do it. I'm not doing that, dude.
Why don't you tell him what it is?
it's thigh or shave head.
Yes! Yes!
We each get one rebuttal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of want to spin a game too.
Okay, I'm using my rebuttal.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, go.
Alright, this is Dylan's show. He said that we can do a rebuttal, so I'm taking it. I'm not shaving my head. But that means I'm stuck with this no matter what, right?
You got it.
Run a lap in Walmart. I don't know if that one's probably worse, because I could get a shot. Okay, so run a lap in Walmart. I don't even know how to explain what's gonna happen, but basically I have to run through Walmart, and if any of you are into anime, there's this thing called the Naruto run. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but you put your hands behind your back, and I've got to run a whole damn lap all through Walmart, going like that. That's better than dyeing my hair, I guess. Whatever.
Okay, so first time around, I spun the wheel, it landed on Rude Awakening. I mean, that's not so bad, but Dylan being Dylan, I'm curious. I want to know what I'm going to get on the second spin around. So whatever it lands on, that's what I got to do. So kind of not wanting to look, but I'm going to give it the spin of my life. Oh, okay, spin. What is it?
You got PSA in a mall, bro.
Huh? No.
Why don't you explain to everybody what that means?
Okay. PSA in the mall. So I'm gonna go to Franklin Park Mall, Toledo Mall, and I'm gonna stand on a table. I'm gonna let my air horn rip, and I'm just gonna say, I have an announcement to make, everybody, and then just walk away. Yeah. I'll probably get tackled. Probably get tackled by security, but it'll be okay. It'll be alright. It's for the podcast. So let's do it. What? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude!
These are bad. These
I
are
might,
bad.
I might get arrested. I mean, or
You might get
shot.
shot.
I might get shot. Tased.
Either of us. I might get tackled.
This is the Toledo Mall.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Well,
So,
first off, yeah, we're not gonna have those punishments in this video.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have those filmed this week, and you're gonna have to tune in next week to see what happens. There'll be some teasers throughout the week for sure. Hopefully, we survive it. But I mean, what's your plan? What's your attack plan for this?
I need an air horn. Go in there with an air horn, stand up on the table, and let it rip, right?
And then just go for it.
And then just get everybody's attention, and then just walk away.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
Do you have an exit strategy, or are you just gonna go into it?
The closest exit.
Are you gonna run or just walk?
I'm just gonna walk slowly, casually,
as if nothing happened.
as if nothing happened.
That's awesome. See,
But if I get chased, I'm running. If they're chasing me down, I'm running. Right? I run, don't I? No, because I'm a YouTuber. They gotta understand that. Right?
I don't know, dude, because like
They've gotta
I feel like
understand that.
as soon as I take off in Walmart, they're gonna be like, "Stop running," and then I'm not gonna stop, and then bad things are gonna happen.
Oh my god.
I mean, Walmart, some shady stuff happens at Walmart.
T-shirts. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we might have to get some branding stuff because
Yeah.
if we're gonna be potentially risking our lives, at least we might as well advertise our channel, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, anyways, you guys will have to tune in next week to find out what happens next. We did a little bit of a rebuttal or a mulligan or whatever you want to call it, golf terms. Because I'm not shaving my head, and that was
Mine
your
was
idea.
simple.
That was your idea.
All I had to do was
You could have just had
rude awakening, right?
Yeah, but I would have made it like if mine was gonna be shave or dye hair.
I
was gonna make mine a really rude awakening for you.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was gonna
actually,
be really bad.
I even mentioned in my roommates episode last week that I literally got into a fist fight with my roommate because back in the day, because he ripped my blanket off of me when I was sleeping when it was time to get up and go to work. So when
I was going to take some airsoft gun and just go.
I don't. When I wake up mad, it's just I just don't like rude awakenings.
Yeah.
But
so
eventually, it'll probably be a punishment. I'll have to.
Arguably, we got worse punishments.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So
this is gonna be.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that. I'm just. Okay. I'm gonna do it. It's doing Ulch. I can.
So yeah, it's gonna be a tough time trying to make those things happen. But you gotta do what you gotta do. We failed the challenges, and we knew what the consequences were. So now we gotta do them. We gotta face up to them.
I think we should put a freebie on there. Like.
Yeah, that's what I was saying while we were doing it. That's why I was saying
why don't we see what the fans think? Why don't we? You know what I mean?
They're gonna say no free. They want to see us get punished.
No freebie.
No
freebie.
But I'm excited because we have finally episode 5. Part of the reason also, I mean, part of it was Dylan doing his thing, but the other part was we wanted to get guests on our 5th episode because we were hyping it up a lot. So you saw a preview of these guests. We're talking about relationships. Yep. So we wanted to get the other side of the coin. You hear our opinions every week or every other week in this case.
Whatever.
And we just wanted to get the ladies' perspective as well. So Dylan, hosted like an interview thing, and we got a couple of our friends, interviewed them. We interviewed ourselves too, and let's check it out.
Yeah.
My name's Dylan Ulch, and I'm 26.
You're not.
Shut up! It's my show.
I'm Brooke and I'm 21.
My name's Josh, and I'm 26.
Samantha Cooper, just turned 25 last week.
I mean, I'm single.
Single for sure right now. Yeah. Kind of talking to some people.
Single. End of story. Period.
End of story.
That's it. I mean, what more can you say?
I mean, I talk to people, but I am single.
Physical appearance, I think I should be physically attracted to that person. I think we should be able to connect with one another and really have a connection with one another. And I think that I would want somebody who is adventurous and understanding.
Well, you kind of first have to look at, notice their body language and how they look at you. And if you can't tell they're super freaking into you from the start, that's kind of what I want from someone. Sometimes, they start off as friends, but I'm a very shy person, very introverted. I kind of want someone just a little more extroverted that will put me into new experiences and stuff, but not push me to go. They make me feel comfortable with doing it. You know what I mean? And then a third, I definitely want someone who sees things as in the household you have to do a lot of teamwork and stuff.
Firstly, I think physical appearance is important. I think in anything, if you're not attracted to the person, that's just part of it. It's not a vain thing. It's just part of it. Number 2, I would say someone who's ambitious, who has goals, somebody who's living their own life, and I can come alongside that, and we're both living our own lives. I want to be proud of you and your accomplishments and your goals, and I want you to be proud of me and support me. You know what I mean? So goals, ambition. And the third thing I'd say is we share the same values. So whether that's politics, religion, whatever, we just share the same ideas,
I feel like 1, you have to be attracted to someone, whether it be physical or on that level. 2, someone who's really smart, smarts is really attractive to me, someone who knows what they're talking about. And then they gotta have a sense of humor, at least a little bit. They gotta be kind of funny.
I think when you both come to the conclusion that you guys want to make it exclusive, I think it's something that 2 people, the guy and the girl, or whatever it may be, make it known to one another that we are in a relationship.
I usually like them to point blank just ask me.
I think it depends. I mean, well, when you both make the commitment to not see other people, then that's when I think you guys are in a relationship, like an official relationship.
I mean, I feel like you're in a relationship when you and that other person determine that you're in a relationship. I mean, you can go on and on with someone, but if you don't have that conversation, you're not in a relationship.
No, absolutely not. I think they're much needed. Yeah.
Not really, honestly. Like, I know I want girls' nights, so it's what's fair, honestly.
No, I mean, you need time away. You need time to be with just your friends. Just like I need my guy nights sometimes. You know, you need your girl night. I understand.
No. Guy nights are healthy, just like I think that girl nights should 100% be a thing. If you have a problem with your guy having a guy night, you probably shouldn't be with that guy.
Ideally, I think the longer you wait, the longer it will last, the better it will be. But I'm not saying that a hookup can't turn into a long-lasting relationship.
You know, I'm all over the place with that one. It's whenever, like, you're feeling it, the vibe's right, you know? Sometimes you just gotta let it happen.
My mom watches Marriage.
I think that's kind of situational. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that like turn one night stands into awesome relationships, and I know people that have waited months and months and months and turn that into something. So I don't think there's really a set time that you can say like this is what's gonna happen and that's the right answer.
Yeah, I think so. Depends. If we're like 2 weeks in, then no, it's no.
Yeah.
But 2 years in, at that point, it's like, yeah, I think, people make mistakes, and I'm a very forgiving person, and I think I would forgive that person and move on from it.
Well, when it's a short relationship and it happens, it's like, okay, whatever. I don't really care enough for this. Let's just end it. But if you're in it for years and years and it happens, like, there's no way in hell you can just automatically get up and leave. Very few people can do that.
No, I don't give her a second chance.
Okay.
Nope.
No second chance.
None. Nope.
Okay.
Period. Done.
2 years in, boom, you're out the door.
Done. No. If you can't play with somebody's heart and emotion like that.
Okay.
So no.
I mean, I think everybody deserves a second chance, kind of, but I think it kind of depends on them. Like, I mean, if you're just gonna say, I cheated on you, I'm sorry, and then the next time he's given the opportunity, he's gonna do it again, then no, definitely not. But if you're going to actually make the changes and like give a shit about that person and not cheat on them again, then probably go for it. Otherwise,
I think you should give it time. I think everybody should have time for themselves after, a relationship ends, before rushing or moving on to another relationship with someone else.
Basically, whoever wanted to end it the longest will probably move on fastest, even before it's over. But so then you break up, and then all of a sudden, like a week or two later, they're like kind of talking to someone, posting stuff, like starting to hang out.
Really depends. I mean, if you're in a relationship for like a month, then you're probably back on the field, if you will, sooner. Whereas if you're in a relationship, I don't know, you could be in a relationship for 2 years and be ready to move on because that relationship just wasn't healthy. It just depends on the relationship you're getting out of and how much time you need to take for yourself before you move on. But you probably should take some time. You probably shouldn't just jump right in.
I feel like that's also situational. I mean, if you get out of like a shitty relationship or even just any relationship, if you meet someone that like meets your expectations, that's going to be like good for you. I mean, don't hold off just because you were just in some garbage relationship, but don't rush into anything if you're not ready either, because that's just gonna screw you over in the end and screw that other person over too.
Yo, what a do, baby? Like, you can't be like that, like weird and stuff about it. You gotta like be like, hey, what's up? Like, act like super chill and casual and not like overbearing. Yeah, it's honestly just look. You don't have to look confident, but don't look like super slouched and stuff. You know, you gotta kind of feel the vibe. Like, and you have to notice if that girl's even paying attention to you in the first place.
Confidence. I feel like if you're going to like go for a girl, you have to like at least have some kind of plan in the back of your mind. You can't walk up and just be like, hey, let me buy you a drink, baby, you're hot. You know what I'm saying? But if you walk up with confidence and you actually like show that you're kind of into them without being like overzealous about it, like girls are gonna go for that. They will.
I would just say, go up to him and just be yourself, let it loose. Catch a guy off guard. Like, I know I would be caught way off guard if some girl just approached me and like came off like she was into me. Like, like guys, from my perspective, I enjoy that. Like, I like that. Like, if a girl's gonna come up, that like just shows a sign of confidence in a girl, and I think that's awesome.
I mean, if you're interested in a guy and you want to approach them, just do it. There is no tip. You do that, and I think girls are just as nervous to do that as guys are. But if you do that, I can almost guarantee you that that's gonna just instantly can make a connection right away, because guys, we're kind of dumb. We don't know if you're interested or not. So you coming up to us, we know right away you're interested, and so right away that connection just builds. You know what I mean? You and I have spent a long time, trying to figure that out, but
Yeah, still trying
to figure it out. But yeah, just do it. Just come up and say hello.
So that was pretty cool. I think that was pretty fun to kind of like get their perspective, get some tips too, just so that we can, sharpen our, abilities, since we're both single and we're trying to figure out what to do there. Yeah, exactly.
No
Hands up.
figuring on my end.
Yeah, no figuring out. Just finding out, figuring out ourselves.
Yeah,
That's
there you
it.
go. That's the key.
That's the key. But yeah, so we have some ideas for the future. Dylan will talk a little bit about that later on in the podcast. But we've also been teasing something else for the last 3 weeks, which is the
Tinder time video with Dilly Dilly, right?
the dilly, whatever it was just dilly dilly,
It's something. The Daily Dilly.
the something. So
The Dilly View. Tinder time. Yeah, it's just gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be kind of like goofy, but it'll be okay. It's basically
let's just kick to it.
Yeah, let's just go to it. Let's just go.
Roll it.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? All right, well, gentlemen only, please. This Tinder time video is for you guys out there who struggle getting matches, getting conversations going, and just closing in and getting that first date off of Tinder. This video is going to give you guys the 5 keys to Tinder success. All right, and just for the record, this video will not give you guys any advice on how to continue to connect with that Tinder match or build a relationship with them. You may have to tune in for another Dilly segment down the road. So, with that said, hold on a second. I may want to shut my Tinder notifications down for the moment. Don't want this thing going off like crazy on here. Alright, there's that. Took care of that. Okie dokie. First off, before we dive into the 5 Tinder tips, those of you guys who currently have a Tinder and it's just not working out, just delete it, okay? Delete it, start from scratch. If you really want to get the girls, a current match's number or something like that, or connect with them or whatever, get their number, get their Snapchat, do it now, because you need to delete that and start from scratch. Tip number 1, be creative and create an interesting bio. Do not leave this part blank, and certainly do not write a book, okay? No one wants to sit there and read a novel when they're just scrolling through, trying to find a match. Don't write a novel, okay? Just make it short to medium length. Put something interesting, eye-catchy, creative, something funny, humorous, I don't know, something. Tip number 2. Now this is the part where you post your photos, okay? You post your pictures, you have your photos. Okay, so do not post one picture. Don't do that. You won't get many matches, I promise, okay? Don't. And for the love of God, don't be that guy who just stands in the mirror and takes like a bathroom selfie with the shirt off in every one of your photos. Because I promise, I don't care if you look like Zac Efron or not. You're not gonna get many matches, okay? For the most part. Regardless, just don't do that, okay? Be creative. I mean, that's what this whole thing is about. That's what Tinder is all about. You are basically competing with thousands of other guys out there trying to find a match just like you are, trying to connect with that match, trying to get to know them, trying to hang out with them. You have got to put effort into this. You have to. Have a photo of you and your dog or you and your pet. Have a photo of you going and doing something adventurous, like, I don't know, just hiking a mountain or swimming with dolphins. I don't know, just something adventurous. Jumping out of an airplane, for goodness sake. Something adventurous. It's always an easy go-to. Definitely have like a group photo with you and a friend or two friends or a group of friends. Okay, don't be that guy who just has every single photo just a selfie of himself, because then people are gonna think, okay, you're not liked, you don't have friends, and if you don't have friends and you're not really liked, then you know what, find a few, I don't know, just ask me. Heck, I'll take a Tinder photo with you if you need, I don't know, 4 or 5 guys to take one with you, I'll find it. Make sure it's like themed, you know, do something like whether it's at a wedding, whether you're just a night out with the guys, whether, I mean, there's different, you definitely wanna have multiple different themed photos in your Tinder profile. You just wanna have it, okay? It's just gotta have that. All right, tip number 3. Now, this is when you get to the swiping, you know? You get to the swiping. And let me just say this. Do not just start swiping away, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Don't make the mistake like I did where I just, you know, swipe, and you don't even know who you're swiping on because you're swiping that fast. Next thing you know, you match with someone like, I don't know, an ex-girlfriend's best friend or a girl that you used to be really friends with or someone that you don't want to match with. I know I've made the mistake several times to match with someone I certainly didn't mean to match with. So just pay attention and close detail to who you're actually swiping on. You know, read bios. Look at more than one photo. Don't just look at one photo and be like, oh, okay, she's sexy, I'm swiping. Don't do that, okay? Look at several photos. Could be catfish. You want to kind of pay a little close attention to that, because little do you know there are sneaky girlfriends out there who will create, you know, Tinders to kind of look around to see if their boyfriend's on Tinder or any of his friends or whatever. Just pay attention to who you're swiping on, okay? Just do that. Just be open to who you're swiping on. You know, don't just base everything off one photo or even all their photos if they don't look the hottest in photos. Some girls look really good in photos but god awful in person, okay, and not being really a catfish. Or not only that, some girls will look like questionably attractive in there, but you know, you can't just always shoot for the stars with a Tinder match. Sometimes you got to bring your standards down just a little bit. You know, look for something maybe you have in common with them. Read their bio, check out their interests, see if you have anything in common with them right before, you know, based on their profile when you're swiping along, okay? Don't just base everything off physical appearance, because it seems like that might be a thing nowadays where everyone's just basing everything off someone's looks. You can settle it down a little bit, okay? Everybody has somewhat of a type, okay? Just bring it down a notch. That's all I'm saying. You can't just shoot for the stars on every Tinder swipe. All right, you guys. Now I might have lost you after tip number 3, but here we are. We're in tip number 4. Hell, I might have even lost you after tip number 1. Just tune in, okay? Just stay tuned. I promise these 5 Tinder tips will really help you. They will, I promise, okay? Anyways, tip number 4. Now this is when we get to the messaging, okay? This is when you message. And don't be that guy who just sends the classic, oh, hey, or what's up. Just don't do that, okay? Because 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get a response. Okay, you got to think. Like I said in another, you know, Tinder tip, okay? You are competing with a lot of other guys. Girls want someone who is creative, someone who's being more like, I don't know, you're just putting more effort into it, because if you're just sending the hey or the what's up, you're gonna come off as boring, okay? Boring. No girl wants to be the guy who's boring, okay? You want to be fun, you want to be entertaining, you want to catch their eye, you want them to respond. You have to put work into that. That's all there is to it. So just don't send hey, don't send what's up. I don't know, send something like send something that kind of relates to their bio, or something maybe you have in common with them, or a classic pickup line, okay? You can search any of these on the internet if you don't know any classic pickup lines. Search them, look them up. It might take a little work, but if you want a response, you'll do it, okay? And if you can't come up with something like that, just, I don't know, a meme or a GIF or something funny. Maybe that will catch their eye, maybe you'll get a response. I don't know. Every girl's different, Okay, so just don't send one word, hey, or what's up as your first message. If it works and it gets you guys right in, I'd love to hear about it. I really would. But, from my perspective, a hey or a what's up isn't going to get the job done on this Tinder time video. Okay? Right. Finally made it to tip number 5. Now this is it, okay? You got your match. You really are into her. Not only that, you sent her a cool first message and she responds. That's awesome. Now what? Okay. Now you got to have a conversation, okay? And hopefully you guys out there know how to have a conversation, okay? And if you don't, just ask them questions. Don't just talk about yourself the whole time, okay? Just don't, okay? You want to get to know them. I know Tinder has a bad reputation. Everybody thinks everyone on Tinder is just looking for a hookup or looking for a good night. But that's not always the case, okay? It's just not always the case. And if it is the case, this isn't what this video is about. This is 5 Tinder tips to getting a match, going on a date, and just going the whole 9 yards, okay? If you really want a relationship through Tinder, that's what this Tinder tip video is here. It's here to help you guys, okay? So don't be perverted. Don't send a dick pic or send anything perverted or just ask to hook up with them. Just don't. Okay, because they're not going to respond, and if they do respond, then in the long run, it's not going to work out, okay? At least I wouldn't imagine it would work out. So anyways, don't even ask them to meet up, or hang out the first day that you match with them. Just don't. It makes you seem desperate. It makes you look like you're impatient and you're unable just to, get to know them a little bit. Talk to them. Ask some questions. I don't know, get to know them. Don't ask them to hang out. Don't send them perverted pickup lines or ask them to hook up or anything along those lines right away. Just don't, okay? Get to know the person. Hang out with them. Take them on a date. Take them to do something fun, entertaining. I don't know, go on an adventure somewhere. It all depends on the girl you match with. Find out who she is, what she likes, what she wants to do, and go that route. But just if she responds, don't mess it up, okay? It's not that hard. If they at least respond once or twice, they're at least slightly interested in you. Now, actually, they're slightly interested in you if they match with you. Heck, a lot of girls, though, honestly, they're just in there looking for clout, okay? Any of those girls who just have their Snapchat or their Instagram names on their Tinder bio, they just want followers. They just want people to add their Snap. Heck, they're probably doing the Snapchat premium shit, and that's not what that's just don't do that, okay? I know there's a lot of you probably have hundreds and thousands of Tinder matches, but guess what? How many of them are you in a relationship with? Or how many of them, or have you actually gone on a date with? Or multiple dates, or seen them once, seen them twice, seen them 3 times, and so on. Okay, the percentages I'm sure are pretty low. I'm sure they're pretty low. So you just have to be above and beyond when it comes to Tinder success. Thank you everybody for watching your Daily Dose of Dilly Tinder Time video. Now we will go back to the Millennial View.
That was interesting.
Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah, there's effort put into it for sure. There's definitely some type of effort.
Yeah, well, I guess there'll be another one
next week. Episode 2. There we go. Yeah. Well, now we just gotta keep it rolling, right?
Yep, keep it rolling.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty much it.
Well, speaking of next week, though,
that's pretty much the end of the podcast. Yeah. We mentioned that you were going to talk a little bit about kind of the guest segment. So do you want to really quickly just mention something? Because I know we're getting towards our hour.
We're getting towards our hour. That's for sure.
So go ahead, say something.
Next week we're going to be the episode topic's going to be friendship. I know this week was relationship. Next week we'll do friendship.
Right.
Gonna have a similar kind of interview
style
kind of video with podcast, I guess you could say, with a few of my friends, maybe a couple of your friends. Get them on and just go from there. Similar things.
Yep. Different questions. Yeah. Just shake it up a little bit.
Yep.
Which also leads into kind of conversations we've been having about just the podcast and the future of the podcast. Yeah. Eventually the goal is to have me take a step towards the creative role and the producer role, and eventually have you more or less leading the actual the on-air stuff.
Yeah.
That way it gives me more opportunity to make more teaser clips, do other behind-the-scenes stuff that people probably don't really care about. But if, Like if something wasn't working, you'd be able to know.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to do that when you don't have to worry about commentating, mixing audio, making sure all 3 cameras are rolling at all times, making sure, we'll be able to add extra effects like zoom effects so they won't just be static shots. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Yep. So next week, really the focus was this was Dylan's baby with the friendships thing, his idea. So he might be interviewing me potentially, but this is kind of going to be like Dylan takes over episode 6. And he's going to be bringing on some friends. And Dylan's got the best stories. Yeah. I just have the face for radio. That's all I can.
Face for radio? You don't have a face for radio. There's no such thing as a face on a radio. Right? It's
what
audio.
What did this man just say?
He said the face of a
Have you never heard that before?
That's
the point. That's the idea. You've got a great face for radio. It's basically an insult.
Yeah, it's an insult.
That's
You're
what I'm saying.
Yourself.
That's what I did. Well, I've got a good voice.
Well,
that's what people.
yes.
That's what people have said.
But ideally, we want to have a variety of other people on the show of guests. Yep,
yeah.
have them on.
It makes more sense to make it like a 2-person. Sometimes we'll do maybe more than 2 people. And that's not to say I'm never going to be on the show in some capacity.
Yep.
I might after the Dilly segment's over, I might take over that part of the show and do my own thing.
Yeah.
When we don't have a guest, I'll probably be here. That way there's still 2 people. So anyways, you'll notice some changes. We want your feedback. The goal is to make this, a show that like a variety show for the most part. We want to have a little bit of everything in there. And I think the easiest way for us to be able to do that is to have somebody entertaining like Dylan at the front of like on air and somebody who's like, I don't know how to put it, like techie, nerdy on the back end. Yeah. That's what I'm passionate about. So that's the goal eventually. But anyways, we've been talking about that for a while. We upload almost every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yes. So thanks for watching. Next week, tune in because it's going to be a great episode with Dylan and his friends. And yeah, we'll catch you next week.
And don't forget to subscribe, everybody. All right, subscribe, like, follow.
Yep. Know that subscribing is an option. Yeah. We would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all at the end of the tag. You're going to see it right now.